So I figured out how I'm gonna take care of this mess. Um, I know it doesn't look too bad, but for one, the Curio is so old. One, the nails are basically uh, little round rods, almost like little round dowel rods, where they literally just banged ahead at one end and it's just flat at the other. Now normally you'd flatten a point so you won't split the wood going through, but taking the nails out, they're kind of really old, but not to the point where they look like the old school spikes. You know, just a really long, elongated triangle with a bit of a burr over the end of it, so that way it'll catch the wood at the end. But here's one of the main issues with this right now, as a close-up, if I can do this. Well, all this right here, all this here is like that in a good chunk of a lot of the top that you don't really see well due to the type of camera and the angle this is. This is what most of it looks like, really close up, all split like that. I already sank glue into it, some wood glue, without using any like sawdust, just to kind of give it a little bite and a little stronger convex to it, or archway. Hey Lil, but I just had to put glue here. This was all friggin' wobbly. This is something as simple as regular wood glue, right where the cracks were from here to here. I mean, I can shake this, but it's still sketchy. This has to fit possibly 4 cats all at once fighting. So what I figured I was gonna do, as of this point, because I also have to redo the hatchway here, round it off so that way it doesn't split. There's no sharp edges to literally split it along the grain somewhere when you round off the corner or an edge, or even just do a quarter round. It helps with that type of splitting, and also people banging into it or animals hitting a hard corner even though it's wood. So what I figured I'm gonna do is go to the store and get pleather, just that fake looking brown stuff, and just line the top with it. That way it gives a little extra edge. I can basically round those off and put something right there, and it'll actually stay kind of cool, which the cats like, and it'll give them a little bit of a soft space, since this is still on an arch down to here. I have to build something up a hair just to flatten that out so they can sit. And once that's done, I'll just take an actual tack spray that you can literally pull you can pull the material off and give it a really good wipe down, and you can reapply later. That's what I'm going to probably do with this, so that way later on, if somebody wanted to do something else with it and not leave it a cat house anymore, I can just pull the pleather off and go from there. Plus, pleather won't stick to the cat's claws when people forget to cut the claws regularly. If you have something like, say, a standard cat tower with the same type of material, or not the same type of material, but that really, really thin, fuzzy material that they put on most of the cat playscapes nowadays. If a cat has overly elongated claws and they try to jump and they get their claws caught into it while they're jumping, they could actually get caught up in the material and hurt themselves really bad. So with that, I figured I'll put the leather on top so they can sit on it and be comfortable. Put the leather on the top section that I still have to cut out, but I got to put the vertical spines in it, which would be just like that right here. Here and here, you see this? It's what keeps the bamboo in place. These are actually horizontal spines that go across, and then they lash the bamboo to the framework. But I need to actually put in horizontal spines, which would be one here, and then one here going all the way across, screwed into the wood. So that way, section 1, 2, and 3 won't split apart at any point in time when I cut it up to make entranceways from floor 1 or section 1 up to shelf 2 or floor 2 before the top of this. Now, hopefully, when this is done and I get the legs all put back together and get them square, I'm gonna actually put a stairway and a bridge across the archway in the living room, so the smaller cat has something to play on at 3 o'clock in the morning without literally climbing on hutches and other cabinets and refrigerators in the friggin' house. So I'm hoping that getting this done and making a non-allergen or hair collecting type of playscape, hopefully it'll get their energy down and not wake us up and be running around the house at 3, 4, and like 7 in the morning, and that's not even for the food. But anyways, I had a brain fart there. But yeah, I started it, as in the project. I just got to start cutting the wood up tomorrow for that, and run to Lowe's to get a couple of already pre-done pieces of wood, so I don't have to spend 2 hours setting everything up in the garage just to come up with something that looks like I actually sanded and kind of shaved everything down to fit perfectly and make it actually look like it belonged to the cabinet outside of the store or inside the store. So anyways, before I babble anymore, that's about it. And in general, with each floor, all the cats, each level, all the cats can literally sit comfortably without literally like buttressed up against each other and playing the don't touch me paw batting game. So anyways, have a good one. Good night.